So many people say, my grandparents fought for this country, so I deserve this. Or why is the country like this? Why is the world like this when my grandparents fought for it? Your grandparents fought so you could keep fighting. And the reason your life is the way it is, and the world is the way it is because you stopped fighting. Now, it's unfortunate that the world had to get to such a state where fighting looked like millions of people going out to their death. But they put their life on the line for this world and afforded us peace, a form of peace. And within that state, we should be fighting every single day to maintain that peace, to uphold virtue, to keep fighting to make the world a better place. And we have the privilege of a lifetime because they gave their life for something. And that privilege is that we can fight within relative peace. Most of us don't have death hanging over us. We don't have tyranny and evil hanging over us daily. We haven't had our rights stolen and our ability to make a difference in this world. That hasn't been stolen from us. So we must fight every single day. Like the famous quote, it is better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener at war. So we must be fighting every single day to uphold this peace and move towards a better world. Now, I had a different video planned, but I seen an image. There's this image of a woman, maybe in her 30s, clutching her young baby, maybe 2 years old. And she had a bunch of men around her pointing guns at her. And this is happening frequently around the world. And I thought of myself, I thought of my daughter, who's a similar age. And I just thought about the helplessness, the hopelessness. Like, as much as these people around the world wanted to make a difference, wanted to do good, life never afforded them any ability to even live their life, to have any freedom to do what they wanted to do. That was taken from them. That was stolen from them by evil. And most of these people that are saying, my grandparents fought for this country, what they do with that freedom is to fight their fellow man, their fellow woman. They go online and spend hours online arguing with trolls, arguing with bots, arguing with like-minded people. Most of the people you're arguing with, yeah, they have differences in politics, differences in beliefs, backgrounds, hobbies. They're different in that sense. But when it came to it and we went out to war, we would be fighting again against pure evil, against these people that can just round up children and mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters. There's people out there that do this. And that is who we should be opposing, the evil in this world, the corruption, the bad. Because your everyday person's pretty good, yet that's who we're fighting against. And most of it is because our life has no purpose. There is no meaning to our lives. That's what we think. And as Viktor Frankl says, Viktor Frankl was a neurologist, he was a psychiatrist, he was a survivor of the Nazi concentration camps, and he said that without meaning, we try to fulfill our lives with pleasures. And that's what most of us are doing. We have no sense of real meaning, no real purpose. So we chase it in material, we chase it in the superficial, we chase it in relationships, we chase it in fighting for a cause that's just a wrong cause. But at least we feel like we're doing something when we're fighting against some college graduate on Twitter about who's right or wrong, when we're arguing mostly with trolls and bots, because most of this has been set up to cause more outrage, because all that time you spend on these platforms is money in their pockets. You have to really look at the world and see what's right or wrong. Stoicism has taught me, it's the telos of Stoicism, is to live in accordance with nature, which in simple terms is to follow virtue, which is to be a good person. As Marcus Aurelius says, we were made to work in cooperation with each other, like the hands, like the feet, like the eyes, like the rows of teeth. And when things get real, we band together and we rise up and fight against evil. And we've seen it time and time again in the past. But it shouldn't have to be that way. And I think that's human nature, is we keep avoiding the problem, our problems in our own lives. We keep procrastinating on the small until it builds up and builds up and builds up. And then we're faced with this impossible task, which requires us to lose a part of ourselves or to lose ourselves. It's easier to keep your room clean than it is to clean it. Or shall I say, if you keep your room clean, you don't have to clean it. But I think we should all just reflect on our lives and what's truly important, what it means to be a good person. Realize that the kind of people you're arguing with, spending your hours every single day arguing with, they're not the enemy. There's old people dying every day because they can't afford heating. There's young families starving. There's people all around the world stuck under oppression. There's so much injustice in this world. And the hours you spend arguing amongst one another, creating more divide, it's just wasted. Because you have the power to change the world. You have so much power. A little good for this world is a lot of good for this world. It's the small actions. And you can do that. Stop arguing about this pointless stuff. Start doing good. I posted recently about the circles of hierarchies, the circles of concern. And a lot of people didn't understand it. A lot of people are saying this isn't in line with Stoicism. The point of these circles is, you can imagine that these circles going around each other, and it starts in the center circle with self, then to your close family, then to your countrymen, then to the whole world. And the idea is the concern you show for yourself is to draw those circles in, until you give that concern to the whole of humanity. When you realize we're all one of the same. We all have that same fragment of God. As they said, the fragment of Zeus within us. All of us have that. Whether you're religious or not, we all have that same spark, that same thing that makes us human. We have that. And we were born for one another. So you focus now on being good, first and foremost, on self. And most people don't know what it means to be good for yourself. It means to follow virtue. It means to uphold virtue. So you can look at yourself and be proud of yourself, that you are a good person. And then you bring your family into that circle, that same concern. You uphold virtue for them, and then the whole of humanity. If you really want to honour the people that gave their life for the peace that you've been afforded, then you must fight every day to maintain that peace. And by fighting for that peace, it looks a lot different to what they had to do. It means to be a good person. It means to be empathetic. It means to be understanding. It means to help others that are below us. It means to pull them up out of the dark. To help others be a good person. To stop fighting amongst one another. That's that. I'm doing a next episode on the focus protocol. So if you're liking the protocol episodes, they're a bit more fast paced. I cut them up. I finally started cutting, which I'm not proud of. I like doing these without edits, any cuts, because I think it's more authentic. But I realised that some people like that having cuts more concise. So there's a different kind of Medium. Yeah. So the Focus Protocol will be coming out soon. Subscribe if you like that, or you can watch the last one, which was the something protocol. I can't remember, but you can see it. It was good anyway. Thank you for listening.